But
You're so slightly shorter than everyone else.
then I shall raise myself. Okay. Right.
Cheers that film.
So your idea was
The whole psychological thriller thing with about the boy seeing his dead brother in his dreams.
very dark, which I love it. I remember George, it was about the guy who had stop time.
Yes,
I like that
one.
idea. I like it. Mum's that revolution, jazz.
Oh, this is some obsolete level shit. I should have said that, I don't know.
We should just try and make a vote on what film we should do. Really. What should we, well, what do you want to do? Because
I don't mind, I like all the ideas.
I know, but we've got to pick one. We have to pick one.
Or we could combine them, but I'm not sure.
Who do we combine?
I don't know, if it's gangsters,
It's
stopping time.
we could choose one
we could see
idea
people in
and
the
then
dreams.
combine like camera angle ideas and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like
But again, we still have to pick one base film. So we either have Time Stopper,
Or
A Dreamer.
dead people.
Aye.
Like Sixth Sense, basically.
No, but in all seriousness, so what should we do? Because we've got to decide.
No, that wouldn't work.
We could do that. Shall we?
No, because that's where
That wouldn't
someone's
be
not
fair.
happy with the idea.
is there a film like individually you want to do?
I like your idea.
I personally wanted to do mine, but I ain't really bothered. I like yours.
I don't really
Out of all of them, I like yours the best. Even past mine, yours is the best.
Yeah, yours was really good.
Yeah, I think we've decided. Decided 5. Decided. So we're going to
Okay.
do Jordan's. So, any area of improvement? Is there any room of improvement? I mean, we could go look at the film extracts. We could go look at George's film extract and
You
see
need the
if it...
pitch,
Yeah.
basically. Right, let's watch it then.
That title.
Damn, why did I put it? Oh, it's because I've been looking at the files. Where is it now?
Scroll down.
Scroll down.
Is it
Scroll down. Just look on there.
It's just like film pitches.
Oh yeah, I forgot to.
Mine for there.
Is it?
It's a
Oh
very,
yeah.
very dark one.
Darkness. Because we need to look for areas of improvement.
Overall, like part of the film is like there's a person who finds that it can stop time, but he doesn't realise that when it does stop
Oh, you
time,
just jump to the questions because they know all this bit.
froze it. It's like whispers.
Because then we'll not be able to spot improvement.
So it didn't show the audio,
So you can see he's looking at that person in head.
and you just key that. That's very easy to do that, it's a shame to do that. But you do need a clock with a second hand, which,
This person,
needs,
would need to be
would it,
that.
why would it?
On the first,
Well, we don't, yeah, don't need to point out how he's got these powers. So that don't need improvement.
Or get lessons and stuff like that.
Not that easy to get a lesson, it's not like save anyone or...
Easier to recruit actors and stuff. Because obviously, all friends.
And so you think you'd set it as a school?
Yeah. James.
Do you know how you're gonna like show the time stopping?
Well, like,
I'm thinking with that, when the time stops, like a very light blue tint. I don't know why, I just thought it'd be
That is a good
alright.
idea.
Only when he's in that mode there.
We could try like find a filter on when time
Yeah.
stops.
Was it in this that says it's not about like time? Was it think that the voices like going round the person?
Yeah.
Film,
We can have like
Yeah.
So at just some
Well,
point in it,
you know, the
stop
ambient
footage,
sound of just
turn it into a
us
freeze
being free.
frame of a
Yeah.
photograph basically, and then you just key that. That's very easy to do that, it's a shame to do that. But you do need a clock with a second hand, which, yeah.
It sounds a bit technical, but I think it would be easy to actually do all the concept stuff. So like when there's a voice in head, you can just get someone to overdub their voice into it, like whispers, while the person voice still. And obviously you'll have like over a clasp of the face when this is happening, or like from the back of the head, and you can see over the shoulder, like the person who's stopped the time walking around.
You know, I was thinking as well about the time stopping. Like just a close up of the eyes.
I was thinking
And like just closing
as
your
it
eyes
stops
and trying to
sounds
put the
like
effort in.
It zooms in to
Yeah.
the eyes.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's a,
Like when you saw the rest of the film, you have to get the rest of them with the time.
So, what did you say with like the ticking and heavy breathing? Is that like up until like the 5th frame? Is that ticking and heavy breathing, like showing the audience that time's still going? Yeah, as soon as the ticking stops,
As soon as the ticket stops,
it
kind of feel like him, and it's like got his back sort of switched up after this of the time.
Oh.
And then as soon as he goes, the breathing one, still carry on.
right, heavy breathing from him.
Yeah.
so it would show the audience that it takes a certain amount of mental effort for him to pause time. Oh, yeah.
I'm just worried about like say if that's like a minute and like 20 seconds to there of ticking and heavy breathing down your ear, that get a bit monotonous.
Well, you've got to look at what Jordan's trying to achieve then.
I was
First
going to
few
say,
games.
because it would make it quite uncomfortable as well. Yeah,
It's not just that. What's he actually trying to achieve? Because as opposed to the first 1 minute and 30 seconds of the film, he needs more because his titles are over the film. So that first bit, yes, it's setting the scene, the ticking, the breathing, and blah blah blah. But its primary function is to tell you who the director is, who the actors are, etc., etc. That's the primary function of those first bits, and does it whilst setting the scene for what's to come, putting what's to come in context.
Any other question?
How are you going to show, like,
I have so many questions for
people
you.
are not paused, but wanting to, say, kill your time person?
Well, like, like the first time it'll stop, you obviously won't notice anything, any changes. As it stops more, like, people start getting more aggressive, like, really, like, arguing with him and aggressive.
Like shoulder barging?
Yeah, something like that.
So does it start kind of weak, like kind of start whispering behind his back?
Yeah, it's like slowly progressive, like trying to get things like really violent and out of control.
Would
Would you do that in the first bit, or would that be
in
the
general, how are we going
film's
to show
continue?
this development of aggression?
Yeah, because you wouldn't get that in that first bit, would you?
It
You wouldn't want
wouldn't
to.
too hard because like when they're walking around, it just gets someone to
I'm
like.
just thinking,
Which
like you said, when you stop starting, then walk when you don't
No,
But
the
then
rest of them
again-
were kind of.
There's going to be people. I'm thinking, in realisticness, we should show different ranges of aggression. Not to the point where someone just swings at him automatically. Because there's gonna, if you think realistically, you're going to have people who don't like each other at all. So
Do you know how people
when
start
they
with
get
those sort
stopped
of
in
things
time,
normally?
they're going to
They
get
make
more
a list
aggressive.
of the walls. So if you
I know what you're saying.
They're going to get
People who don't
they're
like
gonna,
him, like
in general.
in general, will be more aggressive.
Well, not
towards
him, because he's not going to be
Obviously.
playing the part. Because we can't. Hold on, I've got one little question. I know this is going to be completely off of what. But are we going to have voice actors as well? But not us.
It could be us, but I'm not sure.
I think I need to ask Mr. Stewart about that because I was thinking just have.
I
'cause
thought
it's
the
gonna be
actors
whisters.
that we're going to have would be us. Would be like us in the group. Not. Are we going to get like actors from anywhere or something? Like go up to the sixth form area and just ask who wants to be in a film.
I was thinking of using like drama students
That's a
what I
good
think.
idea.
As in like,
because that'll be effective.
we could get some of the, see if we can get a teacher to get involved as well. Because if we see show a teacher getting aggressive
Then
towards
it-
the student, you can really see the change in
Yeah, you can see.
attitude and stuff.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could show that maybe that teacher shows genuine hatred for that person. Like you don't like the kid at all because
That's not.
you don't look because like you said in your pitch, you don't like he likes getting out of lessons quick. So I was thinking, you know, if he's got to be a troublemaker in some way.
Yeah.
So that could be
I have a
shown.
teacher just being aggressive towards him to show that. It's
And
not
he could be
just
the
kids.
potential antagonist. If it was a full feature film, he could have been the antagonist of this film.
Yeah.
I am saying it right, antagonist.
I think so.
Because I keep mixing.
He just kept saying it like,
Yes. So yeah.
Should have a look at.
Yeah, let's look at the. Yeah, we need to. Right. So.
okay, we've already
we-
talked
we've
about how it
talked
can be
about
improved, yeah.
improving movie and yeah.
Yeah, and all the camera
Adopting
angles.
elements from different ideas.
So I was thinking just you said you were going to have a small cast. I think we should try and go a little bit bigger, like use a lot of the drama. Because if
we
it was
need, we need some extras there, like
Yeah, we
background
do, for,
people,
like-
because it's
Yeah,
a store.
that's what I
Time
mean.
stops.
Yeah,
Because
can't stop.
if it was in the background, we could yeah, sorry. You carry on because I've got to rethink this in my head.
Like, we can't just have a blank background if it's a school. And just
Yeah,
like, the student
that's what I
and
mean.
teacher.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a school
Yeah.
because you're gonna expect people in lessons. I mean, if it were in break, then yeah, the hallway is gonna be pretty much clear, but there's still gonna be an odd person there. So we just need to consider
Yeah, but I
that.
don't think we could film it in break because like when he stops time, you need people to like actually stop and your sevens up and stuff. Unless
We're
you,
just
like,
gonna, yeah,
glue 'em to the ground.
we're just gonna keep having to talk to all year groups in general.
Yeah, you
Because
can't just have like
I would
people
like
in sick form.
in my pitch, there was a lot of people that would have been needed to be recruited for this idea of people chasing. I mean, there'd be
Yeah.
about 20 plus there. So I was thinking we just get a load of drama students of all years.
Just ask all the drama department.
Yeah. Or
Just go to the teacher.
just give us
give
all
this
your
to us.
students. No. So yeah.
They could get a day off, there you go.
Well, yeah. But we'd have to ask school to. Well, we'd have to find a day when the school's open.
Yeah.
At like, free time. I mean, we could do it after school, straight after it, but
Yeah, but how many kids are actually going to stay after school just to do something that's not even for their grade?
hey, we'll get good prospects there.
It's like the people who did the lift up, they stopped after school.
Yeah.
But they weren't really getting much out.
Yeah.
Like,
We didn't get
French
anything out
fries.
of participating in the lift up, but yeah. So either way, they're gonna do it,
Yeah,
and
we
if a
need
year
to,
12,
just talk to the teachers
Yeah.
about it. Like, can we just like nick a few of your students?
yeah, we need background
We need
persons.
extras.
We need the extras, and we can't. We got to make sure we have a good few. Otherwise, it's just gonna. Otherwise, we're gonna have a because if we use the same person once, and he's like, oh, he's in the classroom. Oh no, he's just jumped into the year area. It look
Yeah.
weird. So we need a few
A
people.
few people.
But then again, I think we need to. Well, I don't know. How many people are we actually thinking of? Because
Well, we can't have like loads, but we need to have
Yeah,
a
need,
certain
like-
amount so that they can be like scattered around so
Yeah,
they show
yeah.
that they're
A few
standing
years,
still,
like
time
the
stop.
younger people, the old people, just like different social groups. In the
yeah.
background. We don't need too many groups of people in the background. Otherwise, it looks like we've been overfilling.
No, we don't.
What elements can we use from yours? Because we thought of mine, and of course George's. What can
I'm
we-
just about like 3 characters. That's all I had in mind. So I didn't have loads of people. It's just like one was his brother, one was the other boy, and one was the psychiatrist. I don't know what we could really add from that.
Yeah, but you did psychological, so you could just show the elements of.
I think it's a bit psychological with like.
Well,
the
yeah, with
thoughts
the
in my head
aggression.
anyway.
Like messing up people's minds.
I was thinking as well when we were shooting, we should do different shots, like different shots of the same scene.
Yeah.
So then, when we go to editing, we
You
can
can choose the best.
you can choose the best and what's more appropriate.
Yeah.
And then make it therefore appealing.
Yeah.
How could you do that really simply?
Good question.
Without having to take more and more time?
Can you?
Oh, is it like panning or something?
So instead of filming it, getting actors to do something,
Couldn't we just like?
and then saying, right, do that again, but we're going to film from a different angle. What would you do?
I would
If I only wanted the actors to do it once, so we didn't.
just do it in one.
Well, they'll probably do
One
it more
take.
several times because they want to get it right. But when they got that one where they've acted it right, and you go, right, we want that again, but from a different angle, how can you prevent that scenario from happening?
I'll just do it in one shot.
Use more than one camera.
Oh yeah.
I would have said that, but I thought we
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be able to have more than one camera because it's.
It depends on the angle you want. Because if you want to change the distance, then your one camera will be in the shot of the other camera.
Yeah.
But if you just want to change the angle, you can. Changing the shot distance means you might have to do it several times, both of which are good ideas. And I think it's a good idea to do what you're suggesting. Sorry to interfere.
Sorry, sir. Thank you for interfering. Well, we're gonna have to consider lighting it though,
Yeah.
because obviously if we're in like social areas, the lighting's gonna change constantly, unless you're like in the Year 9 area. Isn't it? Yeah, Year 9 area, because that's just a hallway. So.
Yeah, and on certain days it could be like sunny and then the next day it could be rainy.
So, we have to consider lighting.
What else? Does your film idea develop and challenge forms of conventions using similar similar?
What's that?
Similar films from the same genre.
Under one last thing.
Oh yeah. So, you asked me. I can't actually look at it. Where am I looking? I'm blind. Oh, does your film from the same genres? The genre was, well, it's kind of psychological.
Psychological thriller.
So, how can we?
So you are right. You
It
use
also
those.
has, it has a
Have you
few
used-
concepts of crime though, if you think about like with everyone after him.
So would that not be development of psychological thrillers? Is that you've introduced some elements of crime thriller as well?
Yeah.
So you've yet developed it. So I think you haven't got a problem with that first one. Right, that second question then.
Which social group is represented in your film?
Well, it's usually just youth, but then again, there's teachers as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, you can expect a teacher to be angry at you
Not
for doing, yeah, but not violent. Because you could say that, you could show in the first 2 minutes, like, the one teacher being quite aggressive, well, telling him off, and then you can show through like effects and through the positioning of the camera how much he hates, in a way, the main character. So then when he gets stopped in time, he gets way more aggressive to the point where he could be violent. So then it turns on this idea of the teacher being like super aggressive when he's supposed to be this very nice gentleman.
Someone who look up to him.
Yeah. So that would be quite good.
Is it a teacher who can freeze time?
No,
No,
it's,
it's a
It's the student.
we could say that this teacher didn't like the student at all.
Yeah.
Like to the point where he absolutely hated him. And then obviously as you stop time, you get more aggressive.
Mm.
So to the point where he's even where he can do violent acts.
So you've got teachers represented then.
Yeah.
So you can talk about. So in other words, alleged professionals, right? Represented. Now your teenager who stops time, right? You've got to give him some kind of, and I'm sure you've considered this already, some kind of backstory. And that is it a sort of teenager who's really popular with his peers and this thing's kind of private for him? Is it somebody who's isolated in normal life or what?
I reckon it'd be quite good if he was like quite a quiet, shy person, like isolated. But then, obviously, because he's got the pair, he kind of turns more confident.
But therefore, in the normal bit when time isn't stopped, what are you representing? You might be representing, you said youth, but to be more specific, the sort of school child who maybe under normal circumstances is a potential victim for bullying, maybe considered a geek. What's the word? A bodder? I couldn't think of the word you used. Maybe fits into one of those categories rather than just
I was
youth.
thinking as well, because
Maybe not. Maybe he's ultra cool. I don't know. That's for you to decide.
if we did go for this isolated child, it kind of makes sense when he stops time because he's the only one in that zone of being.
It's like
Then
you
isolation.
can show that
It's completely there.
he doesn't being isolated. Then obviously when he gets the pair, he's kind of.
But he
Feels
feels
like
like
he's
he's
dominant.
Yeah.
But
Well-
then as soon as
So
everyone
because he
starts getting
has a
aggressive,
secret
it's
Like
like
how
he's
you
not
change
isolated
him.
again.
Well, you've got two definitions of isolation there. He's isolated in real life, maybe, but he's physically isolated when time's frozen as well, because he's the only one. Yeah, it's a good idea. You're getting some nice links there. It's coming together.
Yeah, we do well on that question. Right. Who will be the audience of the film? Gender, age group, social group? Well, it'd be generally everybody, in a sense. I think it'd be,
Like anyone who likes sort of psychological thrillers,
yeah,
obviously.
and you can't, can't be about just
pinpoint to just one group of people.
Yeah, because it ain't going to just be specifically men or women that is going to watch it. It's going to be, general people who like psychological thrillers. But if it's if it was more emotional, of course it would be. And I'm not trying to stereotype in any way, but if it was emotional, it would have been a woman that would be more likely to watch it. And if it was more action oriented, it would be a man. But there's a mix of mental and physical thrilling action that can happen, so then it can work well with two audiences of men and women.
So like a very wide target audience.
Yeah, I think it's wide audience. The age group. I don't think there's any age restriction.
Really young,
well, it can't be super young because you're showing, violence in some way.
Under 10.
Yeah, I'd say like, but I don't know. I'd say
12.
Yeah.
Because you don't see any violence, but it's like there is elements of you get the idea that there is violence going on.
So there would be a legal restriction on your audience then?
Yeah.
12.
PG-13. Right. Social group, so.
Once again, just for most people.
Yeah, because anybody who'd watch that, I think, and literally that idea is.
Would my mum want to watch a film about a youth who could?
Well, we wouldn't know because it's down to her personal preference.
I know my nan would.
Your nan would?
Yeah, my nan's that kind of person.
How old do you know?
60.
Yeah, I think my nan would as well.
I suppose, alright.
And my nan's like 70.
It depends if they're like.
My mum's like 70.
Some people, some old people are old fashioned, so they don't really like.
Back in my day, I always got a Christmas with an orange. She actually says that's what she puts in my stocking each year. An orange and a penny.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll put an orange and a penny in as well. I'll do it. Tangerine. Or is that
Tangerine. I don't even have a stocking. Then we need to get back on topic.
So are you guys fairly clear now on what film you're making?
Yeah. Very.
So
got a few we've basically gone for Jordan's, but we've got a few elements of mine and James.
Yeah. Right, okay. So, I mean, I don't want to force you to go through to the hour. The idea is there's a limit of an hour. If you're efficient, you might get done much sooner. So you've got to decide when this conversation's over and when you need to start actually writing a film treatment to get this thing down on paper.
Yeah.
So don't feel pressured to try and keep talking. You can, but you decide when the conversation's over.
Yeah.
Well, we should.
Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Not really,
Done
but
most of it.
yeah, we've pretty much done all the black.
Go back out.
Not really, because we've been quite thorough on all of it. But hold on, let's just have a look. Are you going to? We've done that. Are you going to?
Oh, I've got an idea. How about when the teacher's yelling at him? Could we have? I'm not kind of a flashback, but and the voice in her head,
as soon as it triggers.
Yeah.
So
But quite a sinister voice,
I think
talking to her
good.
as she's
Eventually, I
yelling.
don't know how it happened, but the boy manages to hear the whispers.
Yeah.
Because then, obviously, he's obviously clueless as to why everyone's
at
attacking
first.
him.
We could have
So he doesn't realise that
sniffs.
the stopping time's actually affecting that, so we'll obviously keep on stopping
We could
time.
blend in
to
the
stop them
same
from
sound
attacking.
because an audience that is good at hearing would notice a very subtle change in the music. So it could be quite, the same music, same score, and then you just hear the whisper at a very faint volume, and then they'll go, "Oh, it's the same thing. He can hear it," but at the same time we get a shot of him, but nobody else.
Yeah, you can have it really quiet, and then it stops, and him looking quite confused, thinking, "What was that?"
I was thinking as well, when he's in this time zone,
Yeah.
we should use focuses. So a lot of the time, if we're focusing on the people in the background, we should focus in on them, but a majority of the time blurred, but only focus on him, so we've got a single depth of field.
Yeah.
But then again, that's only a thing we should consider.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. Basically, when he's stopping time, you could have him a close to his face, but behind him blurred.
Mm.
Okay.
With the whispers as well, we need to think of camera angles, because obviously only the people who still can hear it.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that everyone can definitely see that he can't hear the whispers.
I think, because obviously we know about angles, like the low angle shows superiority.
Yeah.
We should try and focus on the somewhat low angle when we're thinking of when he's in the time zone, and then when he's out of it, up top, where he's just helpless to it. But not so much that it's too much.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because if it's like down here, then that ain't realistic. You ain't going to expect audience to be like this. Right. That's what I'm thinking anyway.
No, I understand that. You can't have it like too low, like
Yeah, just
dwarves.
somewhat realistic in some way.
Yeah.
Maybe like a head shorter. That's what I'm thinking. Well, we've done it really. So.
Alright.